Well, that's it. That's all there is to it. To artificially inseminate. We've covered the techniques of collecting from the male, storing the semen, putting the semen extender, getting it into the little box, and I mean, a child can do this stuff. It just is a matter of being shown the techniques. You make the collection, you have the tube, you keep it warm. You have the semen extender if you're going to ship it. Remember, 2-part semen extender to 1-part actual semen. You put it in that special box. You put that box into the larger shipping container, and you go to FedEx. It's that simple, and you send it to your customer, or you send it to your buddy or whoever. And then on the receiving end, the individual with the bitch, he's got to take a blood sample from his bitch. Again, this is basic stuff. You just have a vein sitting right there. And the idea is not to go through the vein. The idea is to put the tip of the needle into the vein at what you judge to be just inside the wall, just inside the center. Lower it to the level, and remember, you don't want it, if the vein is here, you don't want it aligned like this or aligned like this. You want it aligned straight. Whether you're coming from the side, you want it straight, and whether you're coming from the top, you don't want it like this. You want it straight, and then you just go in, and when you're doing it by yourself, if you have a helper, obviously you can pull back a lot easier, but I showed you, it's easy to do it by yourself. Of course, it helps if you put the time in to have tractable dogs. A lot of people say, I can't do that to my dog because he's too wild. Well, that just means he's not much of an owner, because these dogs are easily trained to do whatever you want them to do, sit still, do whatever you want them to do. It's just a matter if whether you're dog man enough or dog woman enough to put that kind of time into your animals. My dogs do what I want them to do because I put time into my dogs. If you don't, you might have a little bit more trouble, but it's still easy with the aid of a helper. But I've clearly shown in this video you can do it by yourself. You don't need to invite 80 people over. You just need you, yourself, and you. And you can do anything you want to do with your dogs if you put the time in. But back to the bitch, you withdraw the blood and let it sit there for a while. You wait till it separates. It's very simple. How complicated is waiting? And you get a little bit of serum on top, the plasma, and then you make the drop and add it to your, you got your 3 test cells, and wait around, wait 20 minutes, change the chemical, wait 15 minutes, and get a result. So if both people, the owner of the bitch and the owner of the stud, are conversant in these techniques, which I've shown are very simple. A guy in a t-shirt can do it. You don't have to be a scientist. It's very easy. The man with the stud has his equipment ready. Then I've showed you what that is. The man with the female or woman, whatever, is doing their job. They time their bitch. Now we've got a positive result. We're in estrus. They immediately call the stud owner. The stud owner makes his collection. He adds the extender, puts it in the box appropriately, and mails it off. Next day, owner of the bitch takes out, goes through the box and pulls out the little centrifuge tube with the semen and the extender in it, warms it up to body temperature, puts his bitch across his knee with the feet on the floor and up, and he takes the, just has a little table here. You can watch TV while you're doing this. It's very simple. Takes a little pipette, lubes it up, puts it up in the bitch, lifts up and goes in like I showed you before. With the applicator, puts on the syringe and loads her up. Count to 15 minutes and you got pups. It's very simple, and but it's very important. And I hope this video, for all the lack of professionalism, I'm not a professional photographer. I don't have George Lucas or Steven Spielberg helping with the sound effects or any type of professionalism, but what it lacks in my photography skills, I hope it makes up for in just solid information, because it is solid information. Use simple tools around your house. Just order them for 12 bucks, 15 bucks, and you've got the tools. And with the exception of the kit that you ship the semen, they're cheap. And You don't even need that. If you're doing just a regular breeding and your customer brings a bitch, he doesn't want to spend $50 for a brucellosis test. And the brucellosis test is meaningless anyway because there's false negatives. Do an AI breeding. Your customer sees you collect your male. He's satisfied he's getting the right stuff. You do the insemination. You're not transmitting babesia. The bitch isn't transmitting babesia to your stud. Brucellosis, it's a clean process. He's satisfied he's getting the right semen. You're right there, watch TV, bullshit about dogs, whatever. And he's got just as good of a chance to get pups off the right then and there artificial insemination as he does with the natural breeding. But you don't have to fight with 2 dogs and struggle and roll around in the dirt. You just do a collection. He keeps his bitch in the crate. You go out there, he maybe helps you collect the male, take it into your house or wherever, and he pulls his bitch out. You lift your back end up and stick it in there, and it's that simple. And you eliminate the risk of disease transmission, which in this day and age we all know is high. But you accomplish your goal of getting pups. And then lastly, I hope the natural breeding techniques just give you some idea of some of the, if you're green, most veteran breeders know how to breed dogs, but I'll tell you what, I've seen veteran breeders that have been in it longer than I have, a lot longer than I have, and they can't breed a damn dog. They just hold it, and if it doesn't work, they've really not mastered any breeding techniques, so they use a stand or 8 friends or whatever. And there's some real simple ways of getting dogs bred that if you know the techniques, like anything else, you'll be more successful. So in closing, I hope this video has been helpful to you. I hope you've learned enough to get the breedings done that you wanted to get done. And I hope it's made you better dog men and women and open new avenues for you to get the breedings that you want while minimizing the risk both to your bitch and to the stud. And so with that, I thank you for ordering the video. If you got any questions, call me anytime, no big deal. And take care and God bless.